Shalom. I like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone who rule well. And shalom to you sincere, hopeful, elect brothers and sisters listening and learning, and to you brothers preaching and teaching the truth through the four corners of the earth. This is Brother Nathan coming out of the GMS Indianapolis camp. Come back with a quick one through the spirit. This from the brothers. This from the brother Arrows of Indignation 144. He posted a video clip. It says, "Listen up, Esau. Testimonies against Esau by his own people." All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and play, and we'll move through the spirit.
Let's get it.
I'm 57 years old, first time I've ever been homeless.
Yes, sir.
It has opened up my eyes to how cruel the world can be.
Yes, sir.
If it was not for the African American community and the Latino community, I would have starved to death by now.
Man,
because
I got you.
white people are cruel and they're not kind. Black people have fed me, let me come in their home, gave me a shower, let me sleep on their couch, bought me underwear, socks, and clothes, and I'm so grateful.
And see, and that's how you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have been portrayed as being these, by Esau, even the so-called white man via his media, his television, right? What he'll tell the masses is, and post up all the, the bad of our people. You know what I'm saying? And label that across the board that we're just no good. We don't want to help. All we know is how to rape, rob, and murder, when really that's Esau, even so-called white men in the whole. That's them that are like that. The children of Israel are actually a kind people, are a caring people. They care so much that they're even willing to try to forgive their oppressor, That's more so of a Stockholm syndrome, but like I said, we're a peaceful people, man. All right? But like I said, we've been portrayed as these villains, man. When really the so-called white man is a villain. All right, he's a cancer to the whole earth. All right.
To the African American community. God bless y'all.
God bless you, man.
I hate to say this, but my own people, the white people, rude. Rude as can be. And the most giving people are the Mexicans.
And see, that's another thing. Job 9:24 says what the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. And who's the wicked? Malachi 1:4 talks about Esau being what? The border of wickedness. All right? So when it comes to wickedness, they're right there at the forefront. Okay? They're the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. Okay? So that's why you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, those are the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, need to understand that Esau is our enemy. All right? But now, see, the Lord is showing not only he's showing the whole world who this devil is, including their own people. Their own people are coming out, across, all types of different videos throughout social media saying how they'll say, like, man, our people are terrible. Look at our history. I'm going to keep going. So even Esau is hating Esau.
And the black people. They're doing, this is something that I wanted to do too, is with the homeless and how homeless are treated. Because I'm like, when I get out of this situation, homeless are treated so bad. It's terrible. And I used to be that person that used to look.
Yeah, and Esau, man, these people are on hard times because of inflation, drugs, or whatever the case may be. So let's say, you see all these tent cities in the major cities across the United States of America, right? America, Babylon the Great. Okay? And what Esau will do is he'll just one day pull up with a public cleanup, state cleanup, just pull up and destroy all their shit, throw all their tents and all their belongings, in a dumpster while they're, probably out begging for money or whatever they're doing during the day. I've seen it multiple times just here in Indianapolis, man. You know, even near my own neighborhood. I'm like, damn. I said, here it is. They're gonna come back. There ain't gonna be shit for them. But hey, you know, that's judgment. And in a lot of these tent cities, man, you're seeing it. It's full of Esau. You know, at least from the outside appearance, it looks like. You know, some are gonna be Jake, of course. You know, but you see Esau, man. Them curses come upon Edom. You know, like it says Deuteronomy 30:7. You know, all these curses that are going to us, what they're gonna go upon on these heathen, man.
Down on people like that, but I'm like, wow, I'm just like them until I can actually witness and feel it and go through it. I'm seeing how it is. It's sickening.
How long have you, so today we're here in Las Vegas with Hope, and how long have you been in this, so your current living situation is?
I'm homeless right now due to a domestic situation. It was a violent domestic situation with my ex, and I'd gotten hit in the back of the head, and he was facing attempted murder, and he got off 3 years probation. Found out that he wasn't paying mortgage, so it put me in a homeless situation, and ever since, for probably like the last couple of years, I've been homeless now, so first time ever since, and I've been here in Vegas for 20 years.
Did you say you worked at the Bunny Ranch?
Moonlight Bunny Ranch, I used to.
And what do you do there?
It's a brothel. Okay. It's a sex brothel, so I worked there for a little bit and quit, but now I'm actually out of that too, so I usually try to tell people, anybody that wants to get involved into that, it's not for everybody.
And after being homeless for the last couple of years, what's the most important lesson that you've learned?
Loyalty and friendships.
What age did you start doing drugs?
I want to say I started heroin 5 years ago, but I want to say when I was probably about 18, but I wasn't really strong into it until about 5 years ago.
And what was your life like before the drug?
And that was the point. The point was that, you know, Esau, you know, going against Esau, you know, and who knows, they could have been, you know, they could be Israelites too, you know, but nonetheless, you know, I perceive them to be Edomites, but we'll see. But either way, though, it's the truth. All right, because Jake could give you money, you know what I'm saying? You know, I know I do, you know, not to toot my own horn or whatever, you know. If we got a little extra change, you know, people come up on the camp, you know, we'll give a few dollars if we have, you know. But hey, you know, we're not the monsters that the media has portrayed us as. All right, we're the best people on the planet Earth, man. Okay? Because why? Because we're God's chosen people. We're Yahweh Shemel Shah's people. All right, let's go to... This is Psalms chapter 64 and verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that they see them shall flee away. Right. And that's what's happening. You know. You're seeing Esau call out Esau. You know, just like in this video. He's like, damn, man. He's pretty much like, man, my people are horrible. Like, here it is. I'm homeless and, like, they refuse to help me. And, you know, they talk shit. Even that chick, right? So she's being humbled down. She even says she accused herself of being like that. Looking down on the homeless. And now guess what? You've been homeless for a couple of years now. You know, so that's judgment anyways, you know. Galatians 6 and 7 says, Yahweh is not mocked, for whatever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. All right? So you out here sowing wickedness and, you know, looking down on your fellow people, even though, you know, the Edomites, who gives a damn. But hey, guess what? Now you in that situation. All right? Because you were proud. You know? You know, just like the dude on the first part of the clip, man. He's like, man, black and brown people, man, they fed me, gave me new socks and clothes, let me sleep on the couch, let me use the shower. Yeah, because we know what it's like to struggle. All right, we know as a people to how they say in the world, get it out the mud. Came from nothing, right? And we've been under so much oppression for decades upon decades upon decades upon decades, right? And Jake knows how to survive. Because we were built for this oppression, even though it can be really rough on us sometimes, but we're here to endure it, man. All right. Micah 7:9 says what we will bear the indignation of the Lord because what we have sinned against Him. Okay, so that's especially those of the hopeful elect. Like we understand why we catching our hell, and we know that the Lord wouldn't put us through anything that we couldn't handle. You know. Let's go to this is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 10. It says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. Right, so there's a lot more videos than just this small little clip, of, like I said, Esau, banging on Esau, right? Showing them, all the atrocities that they're not these people of light like they like to try to proclaim themselves. Like they're just the greatest in society. Like everything Esau does is, if it ain't white, it ain't right, Or they have that spirit of, hey, I'm white and it's right. Nah, no, you're actually black. You're actually void of light. You don't have the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the scriptures, man. You don't have the total truth. All right, but Esau's being made bare right here. I uncovered the secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself, right? Because your own citizens, right, of your own people are coming out against you because what? You're oppressing your own people. Just like it says in the book of Sirach. I'll get that next, actually. I'll finish this. It says, his seed is spoiled and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Yep, because ultimately, they're going to be done away with. Esau, Edom, after 1,000 years of hardcore slavery, they're going to be totally done away as a nation, man. All right, they're the wicked, the cancer on the earth, man. All right, so everything's coming out against Esau, his own people, his own, own whistleblowers of his own people. You got people. Look, the divisions. All right, look at Elon Musk and Trump. All right, and then like I said in that little small video we just watched. All right, they're not giving their own people a pass. They're like, nah, the white people are terrible. They didn't help me at all in my situation. But the ones that are proclaimed in the media as the worst people, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, those are the ones that are helping and looking out. See, but all that's being exposed, all that's being put out in the forefront. This is This is Sirach chapter 14 and verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods, right? Right, he's evil to himself. All right, you're evil to your own people. So how is he going to do any good when he don't even take care of his own people? All right? Because he sees his six-pack Joe Edomites, the blue-collar workers, he sees those as goyim as well. Cattle, you know what I'm saying? These elites, they don't care about their own people. They, Let's get, let me get one more. This is a short one. Just get in and get out. This is, it's Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 20. Let's see here. 13, it says, the wicked is snared by the transgression of his lips, but the just shall come out of trouble. See? And the wicked Esau, even the so-called white man, they're no longer, it's not working anymore for the most part. All right, of them being able to say things about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, those are the 12 tribes of children of Israel, in a negative light. All right, like that anymore. Now you still got 2/3 the wicked of our people that are continuing to live in that type of lifestyle of being, you know, they want to be on some gangster shit, man. Straight nigga stuff, right? You got a good portion of Jake that's on some bullshit, all right? That feeds the narrative that Esau's put out on our people, all right? But see, Esau created those niggas, man. You know, they follow after the murder, kill, steal. Money, cars, clothes, and hoes. All the niggas knows. You do got a good portion of our people that hold to that, man. That gang lifestyle, man. But like I said, the wicked is snared by the transgression of his lips, right? But ultimately, we're a royal people, all right? We're not these bywords, that they call us. We're not blacks, Hispanics, or Native Americans. We're the children of Israel. All right, so all those lies, that's a transgression with the lips, because that's complete lying. All right, that's not who we are. We're the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites. All right, it says, but the just shall come out of trouble, see? And that's why ultimately the elect of the nation of Israel, all right, they're going to come back and rehearse the righteous acts, and they're going to be okay in the time of trouble. All right, because Jacob's trouble, it's here, it's happening. All right, you see the northern kingdom and then getting deported left and right. They're getting them off their job sites as soon as they walk out the house. There's one Jake, shit, graduated high school, got his diploma, then shipped his ass right out of here. There's all kinds of stories. All right. We got Levi, the Haitian, Southern Kingdom, getting deported. So that's part of Jacob's trouble, man. You getting here, you ran from a certain life, right? In these other countries. You come over here, and you've been over here 10, 15 years plus. So pretty much all you know is here now. You know what I'm saying? You're established here in America, Babylon the Great, but then the devil comes in and grabs you, right? Esau, Edom. It ships you back to really where you don't have stuff. Not everybody has something to go back to. Some people just started afresh here. They got people over here that, maybe built houses or, took the money and, help build up their property or buy more property or whatever the case may be. But that's not everybody's case. All right, you got a lot of people that it took everything to get over here, and there's nothing to return to. But that's why you got to serve Yahweh Shemel Shai to escape all the madness that's getting ready to play out on the earth. All right, all the death and destruction, all the calamities, that are going to come upon this place. You want to be protected by Yahweh Shemel Shai. So with that, I pray that was edifying to the elect, and I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem HaKakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Kwame Yashrala, Shalom.